From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New York Giants. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends are like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 3rd and 3. Now Jones. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. A solid stiff arm. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Well, it's kind of fitting. A couple days ago when we met with him, I said, what is it about your running game that's so effective? He said, I like to tag myself as elusive. He was pretty elusive right there.
And his teammates appreciate that because they know they don't have to hold their blocks for very long. As one of them told us, if I just breathe some bad breath on the guy in front of me, that's all I need to do, and he's gone.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Hurts sets up to throw it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Azeez Ojulari just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. Well, a heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear, but here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia! A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Throwing Jones. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jones. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Giants, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Fights him off. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Second and a couple. Here's Chubb on the read option. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Eagles have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the 16-yard line.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Giants nothing.
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Number 2. It's a gain of 6. Takes it 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Ladybug, 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 ladybug.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. The Giants 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year. No doubt about it, a really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
First down, Giants on a pickup at 14.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Eagles will take over possession here up at the 44. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Second and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Hurts. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Okay, here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Second and 9 now from the 21.
Timberland.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick-6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders, it's not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick-6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Giants nothing. Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
North salad, north salad. Up, go.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
Here we go. Up, go.
On 1st down, Jones. He completes it to Wilson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Jones going to change it up here. Here's Jones, looking to throw on 2nd down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Looking to throw. Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 62 yards. And the Giants get a bit closer. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Hurts to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing is Hurts. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. All the option left, it's Hurts. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard. They'll look to throw again. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Back to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles would extend their lead here just before halftime. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Giants 7.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And again, it's Chubb. There's a nice move. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 62 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Right, set. 73. 73. No touch.
A give running right is Chubb. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
73. 73. 9. Miami. Crowd left Yeti. No touch.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Going out wide, finds Chubb. Bulldozes past him. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run with Chubb. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2nd down. Here's Jalen Hurts. That's complete. It's Okwuegbunam. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Chubb running to the wide side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nick Chubb with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now Jones wants to change it up. They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Daniel Jones, 72 yards. And the Giants are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the 2nd half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now Chubb running right, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And it's 3rd down.
Great, set. Set.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Jones. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Throwing Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up fourth down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Second down. Here's Hurts. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Chubb will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, had he opted for the touchback. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And Jones is going to put it in the hands of Barkley on the option. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Now a second and 10. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
Okay, here we go.
So they recover their own fumble. Now they face third and short.
Apple.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 69 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Cockroach.
Off the play fake. Jones. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Dom Capers.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading